Paul continues his letter to the Galatians in chapter 4 with a powerful focus on the shift from our identity as slaves under the old covenant to children and heirs of God under the new covenant in Jesus Christ. Paul rebukes the church in Galatia by asking them, how can you turn back again to the weak and worthless elementary principles of the world, whose slaves you want to be once more? Paul is grieving for the church, as verse 19 describes him in anguish over them like the pain of childbirth, as he wrestles with why they would want to dabble with legalism, law and sin again after tasting this new, freeing covenant that comes under Jesus. Paul calls the Galatians out of their worthless ways and points them to a worthy saviour. From a root of pride, the Galatians have slipped back into works, striving to justify their faith through their own human effort, robbing the beautiful message of the gospel that justification is through Christ alone. This chapter unmistakably points to Jesus, screaming, it is not about us, it is about him, and it is through him alone that we are saved.
Paul then jumps to Genesis, revealing the intricately woven tapestry of the Bible, as he reminds us about Ishmael, the son of the slave, and Isaac, who is the son of the promise, an incredible analogy distinguishing the two covenants that God designed. And verse 31 says, so, brothers, we are not children of the slave, but of the free woman. And Paul radically challenges the Jews in Galatia who put their trust in the ceremonial law and the Gentiles who followed worldly practices to be free from these under the new covenant. This deeply theological chapter repeatedly reminds us the purpose of Jesus being sent to earth was to redeem us from the law and for us to receive adoption as sons and daughters. You and I now become God's most intimate family as he makes us heirs of his wonderful inheritance.